involved all over the place at your properties with building studios and things like that. You're going to have a big media presence. And, of course, the tie-in with the pro sports leagues. These are exciting times.
Yeah, it's really great. The studio will be ready next year. We're already looking into, various show opportunities. We're currently the odds provider for basically all of their video and written content. Their UFC, now they do UFC events on ESPN Plus. We'll be the odds provider for that. So yeah, it's all positive in that regard.
And if you don't have the app, then you're not a serious bettor. It's as simple as that. Even recreational bettors, get the app. The menu is so extensive. It's fun to just sit
free.
And look
the
at
app
it.
is free.
Big word there, Teddy. Free. Don't have to do anything other than drive to a book with how much ever money you want to put in. Spend the 5-6 minutes to sign up. You never have to worry about it again. Anything at all that you can bet at any of the Caesars properties is available on the app. There's no reason ever to come down, drive to the Strip, park, deal with lines. Just avoid it at all costs. Just get the app.
Always a pleasure, Jeff. Great stuff, man.
All right, guys. Talk to you next week.
Jeff Davis, follow him on Twitter at @the_junkyard. He's the director of trading at Caesars Entertainment, and that was fun. Chan-Ho Park. Never thought he'd get mentioned again on this show, but he did. How about that? We'll be back with our Joe's Angle of the Day and our MJ Christensen 4 at 4 next.
The Las Vegas Sports Line.
At MJ Christensen, you're not dealing with a chain. You're dealing with a locally owned establishment that's been here for years and years. And one of the things you guys pride yourself on, Cliff Miller, that's community involvement.
We are deeply involved. Our company is Vegas born, and we're Vegas strong. And what makes Vegas so strong is all the charitable issues that need to be addressed. And anywhere we can, we try to join hand in hand and lift this community up.
MJ Christensen, something special for the love of your life. Located at Boca Park.
And with John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy, and it's not just you at LPT. You've got a staff of really experienced, qualified people.
Yeah, Dave, we have 3 other physical therapists on staff with combined over 50 years experience with those other 3 physical therapists. Our therapists specialize in different treatments. We do some trigger point dry needling. We do a lot of manual therapy involving massage, joint mobilizations. We also have physical therapy assistants and massage therapists that help treat our patients' injuries.
LionsPTLV.com, 702-476-0222.
On Twitter, follow us at the LV Sportsline.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
And then get down there and have yourself an incredible meal. Whether it's lunch or dinner, you're going to love it at Joe's. 702-792-9222. Jeff Davis was with us in the first portion of the show. Jeff's the director of trading for Caesars Entertainment. Follow him on Twitter at @the_junkyard. Follow Teddy Covers, Ted Savransky at Teddy_covers. Follow me, Dave Koken, at Dave Koken. Ralph Michaels, you can follow at Cal Sports LV, I believe it is. There might be an underscore in there that I'm not sure about. But Ralph provides us with our information each day for our Joe's Angle of the Day. What did he come up with today, Teddy?
Well, we have a total of 6.5 in baseball tonight, where the Mets.
This would be the Mets game.
Yeah, exactly. Mets and the Nats. You have DeGrom and Scherzer. Total of 6.5. So since the start of the 2018, there have been 27 previous games with a total of 6.5 or lower. Those games, 18-9 to the under, 67%.
I can believe it.
So the angle of the day says take DeGrom and Scherzer under 6.5 Mets and Nationals tonight.
By the way, when you see the occasional flip side where you get like a 12, you don't see those. I think there's only been 2 games all year where there's been a 12. I don't have the stats on it, but I think the over gets there more than the under. The odds makers sometimes tell you what you might want to consider betting. We'll try and get you some considerations on tonight's baseball card right now with our Wednesday MJ Christensen 4 at 4.
1, 2, 3 into the 4.
Put them 4s up. Put the 4s up, I said. Do it right now.
Tonight's action is just around the bend, and the guys want to get your night off to a great start.
4.
It's the Las Vegas Sports Line's 4 at 4.
Not 1, not 2, What for?
And the aforementioned Nationals and Mets, the lead game. And it's a good matchup. Scherzer and DeGrom pitching. The Mets have won a couple in a row, which should bolster their confidence from a momentum standpoint. The Nationals, they're just the Nationals. And the bullpen is just so freaking awful. And it did it again last night. I can't even blame that on Dave Martinez. He's just got nobody out there.
Sure, but at the same time, when you start talking about DeGrom and his number, I mean, he got lit up last time, all right? And concerning numbers for him, his walks are up, the home runs allowed are up.
I don't think he's 100% healthy.
The pitch counts are high. And, oh, by the way, after dominating his first 2 starts of the season, you know, the Mets are 1-6 his last 7 trips to the Hill. So he's not a guy I'm excited about getting involved with at this stage, although the Nats are 2-8 in Scherzer starts this year. So maybe talking about 2 high-priced aces that haven't gotten the job done in terms of actually winning. That's example 1 and 1A in Citi Field tonight.
Former Cy Young winner Rick Porcello, he wasn't real good at the start of the season. But he's kind of rounding into form for the Red Sox. He'll have an occasional bad inning, but Porcello seems to have gotten things back together tonight. He's for Boston. He's a big road favorite tonight at Toronto against Aaron Sanchez. And, Teddy, we always have to concern ourselves when Sanchez is involved because he has recurring blister issues, and they've been showing up again lately. And that's a problem because he can be out of there after 3 or 4 innings.
Sure, and the talk after his last start where he was pulled with blister problems was that this is an issue when it's colder out. I'm having the issue when it's cold. It's a cold weather related.
So that shouldn't be a problem in a controlled...
Exactly. At the Rogers Center, you would think that Sanchez should be okay, which doesn't necessarily mean I want to bet Toronto, especially after, you know, they beat up all over Boston yesterday. You know, the Red Sox have been pretty good at bouncing back of late.
Twins and Angels, we talked about this with Jeff Davis, and I don't understand. I can generally figure out what's going on from a market standpoint, market assessment, if you want to call it that. I will admit I am absolutely bedazzled by the love for the Angels from the sharp market. And it's showing up again today, and you can have them, guys, because they're making the Twins playable to me at bargain prices. They're the better team. They've got the better pitcher on the mound in Martin Perez against Matt Harvey. I actually think they've got the better bullpen, and we know they've got the better offense. I mean, to me, they should be $1.35 here, and you're getting a cheap price on the Twins.
Yeah, and you know, Minnesota's winning for Perez. What are they? 5-1 his last 6. Although a couple of red flags in his last start. You know, he had his season high in walks last time out. He's also coming off his highest pitch count of the season.
And real quickly, I think that hitters are getting a little bit of a book and are laying off the cutter, which has been a really good pitch for him so far this year. But it's not a pitch that's usually in the strike zone. So take the cutter and make him throw something else.
Yeah, whereas, you know, I mean, Harvey, to see people putting their money on Harvey is not something I'm willing to do.
Neither am I.
You know, he's had a handful of decent starts this season, and you know he's not going deep into games. He's not getting into high pitch counts. So the Angels bullpen behind him has been okay, but Minnesota's the better team, and you're getting him at a pick 'em price with the better starting pitcher.
And the Dodgers and Rays, and now Rich Hill's healthy, and Walker Buehler's really getting close to being Walker Buehler. And Kershaw, while he's not dominating anymore, they've won his last 15 starts.
In a row.
Jeez. And Rich Hill had the buy sign last time out.
Who did he?
When Rich Hill is healthy, which doesn't last long, these are small windows because Rich Hill is a guy who just has a horrible history with injuries. But when he's on, not a guy you want to get in the way of.
He's bet on all the way.
Yep.
And you're absolutely right. Last time out, 6 innings, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts, 7 ground ball outs, 3 fly ball outs, only 84 pitches.
And in a pitcher's park tonight. Tampa's a good pitcher's park. And look, I understand the opener. Stanek's been very good. I think Chirinos will back him up tonight, and he's been very good. And Tampa's hit lefties. And all that said, the only side I'd look at is the Dodgers. They're on a rampage right now, and the Tampa offense might be backing up a bit.
And that's just it. I mean, the Dodgers are hitting everyone. You know, we talked about the Astros and what they're doing. You know, in the National League, the Dodgers offense is as good as it gets. And while the Rays pitching staff still has the lowest ERA in all of Major League Baseball, We saw them get hit hard last night, and this Dodgers lineup is certainly capable of doing damage against them again today.
We're saving the Phillies and Cubs because I'm telling you what, it's been an exciting series so far, and
no
it
doubt.
continues tonight. That's our marquee matchup next.
On Twitter, follow us at the LV Sportsline.
What's hot today? It's time for the Wager Talk marquee matchup of the night. WagerTalk.com. Start winning now.
You know, this is the voice of experience talking here with Teddy Covers and myself. And we arrived at a conclusion while speaking during the break, and I think this actually does make sense. We are both guys who enjoy a good slice of pizza. And we arrived at the common opinion that if you go to the pizza restaurant and the pizza chef has a spotless white apron on, just walk out the door and go someplace else. You gotta have some grease and some ingredients all over the pizza, all over you just got to.
Sure, if you're paying for decor in a pizza joint, it's probably not the right pizza joint.
I agree. There are some nice places, but I'm a fan of just. I don't need to be looking at much other than an oven that's packed with pizzas because everybody knows it's really good.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're the one who started it. Let's talk about the Phillies and Cubs. This has been a good series. I mean, these are two really exciting games. I think if you're a Cubs fan, you could argue that they should have two games in the win column. They've got one anyway. And now tonight, another good matchup. And I don't have a bet on the game. And in fact, it's not a game that really interested me at all from a betting standpoint. But it's the game I got to watch tonight.
And it's Cole versus Cole, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
But amazingly, this is the first time that Cole Hamels has faced the Phillies since leaving Philadelphia.
I did not know that until I looked it up.
And it's not in Philadelphia, so I don't know that it has that same emotional reunion for a guy that obviously won a World Series there.
But you'd still got to think this is a big game for him. And I don't know about Cole Irvin's been okay. He's looked very poised in his first two starts, but boy, Wrigley's a different animal.
Yeah, and here's a quote. Gabe Kapler talking about Irvin. You know, and again, he's a fifth-round pick back in 2016, pitched collegiately at Oregon.
Yep.
The guy has some potential, but, quote, we're really excited to give him this opportunity. He's really earned it. He's not a dominator. He's a guy whose game is forcing the opposition to put the ball in play and get weak contact. There are some lineups I want a guy like that against. I don't know if the Cubs are a guy that I want to line up like that.
No, especially right now where, if you look at the Las Vegas Four, we'll call them. Bryce Harper hasn't really had a great year, but he can be really explosive. Tommy Pham continues to be this 5-tool guy who's completely underrated.
Yep.
Joey Gallo is really coming on. I mean, he's striking out a lot, but now his walk percentage is nice. He's putting the ball in play, and he's hitting home runs all over the place. And then there's Chris Bryant, who is now back to being Chris Bryant.
Oh, he's a monster.
He's healthy
right
again,
now.
and he is a great player. This guy's he's a game changer.
And the Cubs, you talked about last night's game where, the seeing eye single just over Rizzo's glove ends up being the difference in the ball game. You don't say that gives the team extra motivation, but the Cubs, we've seen it in the price, unfortunately. The minus 150s are gone. The minus 160s are mostly gone. So we're starting to see 165 and higher around town.
What did you do today at the Wager Talk video sessions?
Oh, we answered viewer questions today. I answered, I think, 6 of them in all. So a couple of videos with a bunch of, people want to know a lot about sports betting. And we're sending in questions. They get free stuff and gives us interesting videos to do over the summer.
So send your questions to Wager Talk.
Tweet them to Kelly, tweet them to me, tweet them to Wager Talk, and you can get them answered and get some free stuff by doing so.
That sounds great. Time for us to check out our Lions Physical Therapy Play of the Day.
It's the LPT Play of the Day. Tonight's best bet from Lions Physical Therapy. Your 5-star rated specialists.
I lost mine yesterday. Won everything else. Had a great night. But I had a small play on the Sharks in the first period and lost that. That ended my streak of Play of the Day winners, so all yours, Teddy.
Well, what's the squarest thing you can think of? Because I love it.
Twins.
The Yankees in the run line.
Oh, okay.
The way the Orioles lost on Monday is having hangover effect. They stink. I got no problem laying a run and a half with the Yankees. Minus 160, Bronx Bombers.